Vincenzo Joseph, the redshirt freshman, off to a big start, ranked number 4 in the Intermat rankings. He's 10-1. Lost early in the year, 18-12. He was behind 12-2. Got thrown twice for 6-pointers. Battled back, but he has been undefeated since. Joey Gunther out of Libertyville, Illinois. He's 12-3. Been battling a shoulder injury, Joey Gunther has. Vincenzo Joseph, man, he's showing up for the Nittany Lions.
Yeah, his attack rate is way up there. He's jumped in on a leg right there. He's going to go ahead and hit the Bazagar finish. That was sweet. Good work off of that single leg and driving right through, collecting the far leg. And you do that when a guy stuffs your head in the middle. It's an intentional optional start.
Joseph, of course, a heavy favorite. Only a freshman, but he's ranked number 4. Early takedown, escape, 2-1.
Right back in on a shot again, Tim. Good job with the high crotch. Gunther's done a pretty good job of staying on his feet, but he turns to the mat. Joseph running out of real estate here. Looks like he's got enough oomph in him to go ahead and get a lift.
Got the ankles, 2 points, takedown at the edge for Joseph. Goes out in front now, 4-1.
So that was good work. That was a head to the inside shot. Then the next one was attacking, I believe, the same leg with a head to the outside shot. So a little variety from Joseph. His attack rate, like I said a few minutes ago, or a little while ago, is that it's way up there. And and I don't know, how this. It seems, of course, you've got Isaiah Martinez, Logan Massa, Isaiah
and Isaac
Jordan, excuse me, and he's that seems to be the cream so far. But there's a lot of room for a guy like this. He's already ranked number 4, and for Penn State's national title hopes, to have a guy that's solid in this weight class is huge.
Well, he is solid. He competes really hard, and so far, like you said, those top 3. Joseph is going to get his opportunity soon enough to see how he stacks up. Isaiah Martinez won tonight. Illinois versus Michigan 3-1 over Logan Massa. And Illinois handing Michigan a 34-6 loss. Richards with a win over Cheech at 133. So a good outing for the Illini at home at Huff Hall against the Michigan Wolverines.
Nice work there by Joseph, jumping it back in on the shot. He's able to hook that near leg and collect the far leg. Doing a lot of good things here on his finishes. Yeah, he's clearly beating Gunther to the punch on the shots and has already got Gunther warned for stalling.
Been 2 years since Iowa and Penn State faced off. So it took a year off last year, and a couple of years ago when Iowa beat Penn State out at Bryce Jordan. And the 1 year that Penn State did not win the title, 5 out of 7 years,
well,
Penn State has won the NCAA title.
What everybody respects about this program is that when they show up, the fans show up. They're the benchmark. I think I had it counted up last year. They were able to get in front of, obviously with 50,000, they might have eclipsed the exact numbers, but they are well into the 6 figures as far as attendance. So a lot of people come out to see Iowa wrestle. It's a tribute to the consistency of the program, and the same thing is starting to happen now with Penn State.
And Tom Brands has talked about that. I mean, there's a mutual respect between a mutual admiration and respect, but they both admit they're after the same thing. National championships. There's Tom Brands. Done such a great job, both these coaches. Olympic champions, NCAA champions. Tom 3 times, Kale 4 times.
Nice job of collapsing there on the near elbow there, near arm. Kind of harassing from the top position.
You talk about the programs. The top 3, I was just thinking about this, Jim. The top 3 programs, Oklahoma State, Penn State, Iowa State, all led by Olympic champions as their head coach.
Yeah, all led by good coaches. And nice job there. That went out and come back in was the call there. I think that they keep Joseph in the top position. it's not a prerequisite, right? Be an Olympic champion to be a great coach, but it's it's obviously helpful to talk about that journey because a lot of these people, a lot of these wrestlers want to get there. The percentages of them that will make an Olympic team are very similar to a high schooler making the pros, but they still have that dream. And even if your dream is somewhat less than that, nice job by Joseph. See how he just kind of just glides in to the shot. Surprisingly successful getting in on a leg with not a lot of setups.
Stalemate.
This guy has good timing.
6-4, minute left. Gunther hanging in there. And a minute left in the second period. Iowa has won 24 consecutive Big Ten duels. Going into the night, right now it's 9-8 Penn State after 5 matches.
Gunther's got that head and arm locked up right there. We'll see if he tries something big off of that. Buying himself some time. Joseph getting a little bit hung up, can't get to his shot. He'll try to operate in space.
Nice job of the sprawl there by Gunther.
Yeah, you see the tempo of this match changing a little bit in Gunther's favor. He's been able to slow down Joseph now.
Short time in the second period.
And if I was coaching the guy in the blue uniform, I'd start to get a little bit concerned that he's gotten away from what's made him successful. Lower body attacks, getting the tie he wants. He's settling for the ties that Gunther wants. And Gunther has that underhook and he can't get to it. Get to a shot.
Here's what I was talking about, the Intermat Wrestling dual rankings. Oklahoma State, Penn State, Iowa, Ohio State. 4 Big Ten teams in the top 5. Those top 4 right there are the favorites, probably of chances to win the NCAA championships this year. But when you talk about duels, I mentioned it earlier, the winner of this Iowa-Penn State duel could end up in the national championship duel, meet most likely against Oklahoma State on February 19th at the NWCA National Duels. And Ohio State will have something to say about that as they have the big duel against Iowa here. BTN will have it live next Friday night. And then, of course, the Penn State-Ohio State dual meet will be on BTN as well. Somewhere in there, one of those 3 will probably be wrestling for that.
They will, and so back to this match, you've got Joseph getting the escape, but the advantage here for Gunther is he was able to cut the riding time. So his modus operandi is get a couple takedowns, maybe a ride out. You can go ahead and, but you can see where he gets the tie up that he wants, that left-handed underhook, and he's just not pulling the trigger. The Iowa wrestler is not pulling the trigger, and it appears that Joseph is slowed down too. Not quite looking for his offense like we've seen.
2 redshirt freshmen, and the Penn State wrestler is been warned for warning for stalling.
Gets one more of them, then he only needs a takedown and a ride out to tie Gunther. But right now's the time. Even with the you try to get Joseph to think about staying on the offense, and even if he gives up a takedown, you get an escape, you got a 2-point lead.
Well, Gunther has
there it is.
Done a nice job of keeping this close because it looked like Joseph at the start was going to go for bonus points.
Yeah, no question about the tempo of this match changed about 3.5 minutes ago. And Gunther has not been able to do anything successful with that solid left-handed underhook, but you can't.
I think they could have called him for stalling there in the last 10 seconds.
Correct.
But they're not going to at the end of the match, and a little too late for Joey Gunther. The winner is Vincenzo Joseph from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. There's your winner. 3 more points on the board.